What is up, you guys? It's Elias with the Split Decision Network. And guys, if it sounds like I'm annoyed, it's because I am. Because last night was the NBA draft lottery, and I'm a New York Knicks fan, and I really thought to myself, hey, we're getting a top 3 pick this year. But we got the 8th pick, so just like every other Knicks season, it was a disappointment. But onto some boxing news, because it was reported Wednesday by ESPN that Oscar De La Hoya is coming out of retirement at the age of 47. Shit. So, De La Hoya told ESPN this: "It's a real fight. I miss being in the ring. I love boxing. Boxing is what gave me everything I have today, and I just miss it. Look, it's been a long time, yes, but actually my jab feels faster than ever. I have to make sure that my conditioning is perfect and my health is good, and that's going to take place in the next few weeks, so we'll see." Now, De La Hoya hasn't fought since 2008, and his last fight was a losing effort to Manny Pacquiao. And in addition to that, De La Hoya did say that these are not exhibition bouts he's coming back for. He's coming back to fight contenders and possibly even get a world title. So before I continue with the pros and cons of him coming back, I just want to say, for those who don't know, Oscar De La Hoya has one of the most cherished boxing careers of all time. From casual fans to hardcore fans, this man is praised as a boxer. Not as a promoter and not post-retirement, because I don't know what that man has been doing since he retired, but that man's a whole mess. That man, I don't know, he's a mess. But in the ring, that man's an angel. Now, here's some of the pros of Oscar coming back. 1, his name value, obviously. It's Oscar De La Hoya, Golden Boy Promotions. He's the Golden Boy. Even in his prime, he was one of the most popular boxers. And right now, in the state that boxing's in, because it's so undervalued, and also that MMA is the premier combat sports, having this nostalgic name will bring more eyes to the sport. And it's most likely always going to be that nostalgia sells. But as a boxer, Oscar De La Hoya is known for reading opponents well, specifically reading opponents' lead hand. And what I mean by that, he's able to read if you're gonna throw a lead hook, a lead jab. He's gonna read what angles you're throwing at, and he's gonna be able to find a counter for that. He's known as having one of the best counter punches in the history of boxing. Another thing is he has a really high IQ. I mean, you don't win an Olympic gold medal without having a high IQ, and he's one of the smartest boxers. Another thing is that his fighting style is very exciting. I mean, he pushes the pace, he comes forward at you, and he's a puncher boxer, which means that he throws a lot of volume and he throws a lot of combos. And he's one of the reasons why that he kept me watching boxing. Him and Floyd Mayweather are the reason why I was watching boxing as a kid. Now, let's talk about the cons. Main one being that he's 47 years old. Now, I know that there's examples of boxers in their 40s and maybe even 50s winning world titles. I mean, there's Bernard Hopkins and George Foreman. But that's a rarity. Usually when you come out of retirement, things don't really go your way. And what I mean by that is you almost tarnish your legacy. The biggest example is 2 years ago when Chuck Liddell came out of retirement at the age of 48 to get knocked out cold by Tito Ortiz. It was probably one of the saddest moments of all time. And I don't want that for Oscar De La Hoya, because his career already is almost perfect. He's cherished by almost everyone as a boxer. And I don't think that him coming back at age 47 and trying to fight contenders is the right move. I mean, most likely, if he comes back, he's coming back in the welterweight division. And just look at the names that are in that division: Terrence Crawford, Keith Thurman, Manny Pacquiao, Danny Garcia, Earl Spence Jr., Adrian Broner. The list goes on and on. That's one of the toughest divisions in boxing. And he's going to try to come back to that at 47 years old. Another thing is his physical attributes have to have deteriorated, because you haven't fought in 12 years. Yeah, you say your jab feels faster than ever, but to you, I mean, how do you know it feels faster to the fighter next to you. You don't know that because you haven't been in the ring. You might have been sparring, for all I know, but you haven't had a real fight in 12 years. So how are you going to say that? And you can't rely on your power because you were never the hardest puncher. You had some power to you, but you were always reliable. You were always relied on by your speed. And how much of your speed did you carry on with your age? Because usually that's the first thing that goes. Another thing is, I just feel like him coming back is a bigger issue than we all think. I think that there's something going on behind the scenes that nobody's talking about. I know that in the past he had some allegations and some investigations in early 2020 and late 2019 that were pretty bad. And I know that, there's some troubles with Golden Boy Promotions. Maybe he's having some financial troubles. I don't know. But him coming back right now, there's just something uncomfortable about that. And to be honest, I don't want to see Oscar get hurt, because what if he does come back, and what if he loses 4 fights in a row? What if he looks like shit in all those fights? What if he looks like an old man fighting? What if he does get knocked out like Chuck Liddell did? His legacy's tarnished. And what's going to happen then? That's it for today's video, you guys. Thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think about Oscar De La Hoya coming out of retirement? Do you think it's a smart move by him? Do you think he's going to win a world title? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to this video. Follow me on Instagram @TheSplitDecision. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Elias Blanco, and I'm out.